Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Such a Yo, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show. Cousin Tracy.
What's up?
We are back at it, episode 101. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time with episode 100 last week. I had my dad on as a guest.
The great one.
Right.
The great one. The original.
And I got a bunch
legend.
of calls. Like, I got a bunch of calls. People that I didn't even know watched. And it was like, yo, just to see Coach Bird, as we call him, the original Coach Bird.
The myth, the legend.
Exactly.
To have him on there. And for him, just to hear the stuff he said about me and such kind of made us feel like we've done something. We've done something.
I saw somebody just had something where they got all of them together.
Yes.
Old time.
It was after we left the taping. So that was the thing.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story about my Centerville Simba days. So, you growing up, you do what your boys do. They watch my boys play football for Centerville. So I try out. Why not? So I'm doing good. I'm on the 120s, right? So, back then, now it was like unlimited.
Yeah, you got all this time. Right.
So I missed the weigh-in by like a pound and a half. So they brought me up to the 140s. I'm like 12, 13, 12 years to get a 7. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
So I'm playing. They got me at D. I forgot the position. So remember Shalaby?
Yes.
Played at Camden Catholic? Everybody, he was a monster.
Yes, he was.
Man, they did some like pitch to him. So I caught myself going to tackle him. Boop. All I remember, me on my back, and him, I looked like this, and I just still him seeing legs. But I finished the practice and never went back.
That was it.
That's my simple story.
But it's a bunch of people with those type of Centerville stories.
Yeah, right, true.
Most people like, man, he ran me smooth over. And I was like, dang, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, whatever. But I finished practice, though.
Hey, that's the key point. There we go. You stuck it out there. You know what I'm saying?
I said, let me stick to basketball.
That's what's up. So, for those of you who don't know, you know what I'm saying? We got another. We keep cranking out these special guests in here. You know what I'm saying? The BYRDCAGE is
finally,
special.
man.
You know what I'm saying? We've been after this guy for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Time, man.
One of my good friends. You know what I'm saying? Cousin Tracy calls him Neff.
Yes,
so
sir.
you know what that is.
That's my nephew. You know what that is.
You know what I'm saying?
Way back.
Had the pleasure of seeing him make his historic high school run, you know what I'm saying, man. Playing for Camden High and then moving on, and we're going to talk about all that. Actually had a chance to coach with him a couple years when I was the head coach there at Camden High, you know what I'm saying, and
good times,
doing
man.
big things, and he's a councilman, right? I believe is the title.
Just got elected. Re-elected.
Okay.
I got to win one more election in November.
Okay.
So
soon to be.
Win that.
Soon to be.
But
you know
he
what I'm
was
saying?
a former councilman, a former assemblyman, so he was
we're
already.
We're going to talk about all that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about all that. So if you don't know who's sitting on the couch here in the cage, about to find out, but is our good friend, author OG BARCLAY. We're going to get to that OG in a second, too. You know what I'm saying? Just say what's up to the people real quick.
What's up, everybody, man? Finally made it to the
cage. You know what I'm saying? Finally.
So for those of you guys that don't think we don't know people, like we really know people. Like we know people.
No, we know people.
We know. Right. We really know each other. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Deeper than sports.
Definitely. So, let's start where it all began. Just let them know where you're from and all that. For those that don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Born and raised in the great city of Camden, man.
Camden in Jersey.
I always say Camden. It's funny. We have this dialogue time to time. Like when you from Camden, you never say Camden, New Jersey. You just say I'm from Camden.
I'm from Camden.
And you just like, man, forget the Jersey.
Right.
Because if you know, you know.
Camden. You're right.
Camden is like Camden. Like it's a section in Memphis called Orange Mound.
Okay.
It's like a Centerville, Parkside.
Okay.
And they call it Orange Mound, Tennessee. Is that, Camden is so small. It's like, compared to other cities in, North Jersey.
Facts.
Like the 7th biggest city in the state. But I'm from Camden.
I'm from Camden.
Born and raised, still live here.
I'm from Camden. You know what I'm saying?
School. Let's talk about school. Elementary, middle school, high school.
Ooh, elementary. I went to Whittier. Started at Whittier.
Okay.
Pre-K, kindergarten, Miss Deagles, Miss Booger.
Oh, another one that knows his teachers.
Oh man, Miss Stieglitz was my first grade teacher.
I think guys know their teachers because a lot of y'all teachers were women, and most little boys are fascinated by their teachers.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want nobody out there to think that I was academically astute. I was a straight A student. I just really can't remember none of my teachers.
Yep.
Sister.
Miss Walker in the 5th grade. Then I had Miss Walker Hunter. I remember that in the 12th grade. Remember Mr. King. I mean, I remember, but Whittier.
Facts.
I went to H.B. Wilson.
Okay.
The old H.B. Wilson.
Right.
Not my age now.
Right. Not the
Then
new
Morgan
one.
Village, the old Morgan Village Circle.
The circle.
And then the great Camden High.
There we go.
So you are a product of the Camden City School District.
Absolutely. Proud to say it, too. I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's what's up. That's definitely
And you
what's
went on to college, where?
The great University of Memphis.
And,
Memphis. Ooh,
and your
great city.
undergrad is in what?
Sociology and communication.
Your grad
I started
is
out in with I called myself, I don't know, I was going to do psychology, and but then I got down there, I can say it now. I think I had a little too much fun. You feel like you realize, man, I'm going to school for basketball, right? Man, but
undergrad is in sociology and communication. Yeah. Your grad is in what?
I didn't go to grad school.
Oh, yeah. I thought you got your grad.
Yeah. So, coach, I tore my knee up in college to a point where I was never my same.
Right.
I had surgery if I played my first game. That's another story. But after I graduated, Coach Cal gave me the option either stay with him as a grad assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, and he offered I could live with him. It paid for everything, but it was either that or go work at FedEx.
Yeah, I knew you worked at FedEx. I thought you stayed a little bit to get some of them grad credits.
I almost did, man. But I'm about to go back and get my grad. I'm about to go back. I think I'm going to either law or psychology. I don't want to practice law per se, but just had that JD next to my name. Right. Juris Doctor.
Before we get back into this basketball thing, since you brought up lawyers, y'all got to tell the story. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kals had the apartment. This had to be like '96. This is when Trey Lee was popping with his Party Time, and they was running around, and Kals was traveling with Trey and all that, and they were happened to be in town, so they're at the apartment. We're in there playing. I think that was Sega then. Sega, you know what I'm saying? And who comes walking in? You know what I'm saying? The young OG, what, 6th, 7th grade, something like that?
Yeah, I think it was like 7th grade.
Yeah. And this is when, I'm telling you, and they'll tell you, this is when the song was at the height.
Oh, no, it was
popping. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like,
it was popping.
Starstruck, like, really?
Yeah, it was like one of the first big time dudes I ever met in my life. I was like 6th, 7th grade, man, and he was so cool, man.
Yeah, he's telling y'all played the game a little bit, whatnot.
He was, talked about a lot of stuff because he was a Howard graduate and all that.
Why was he at your apartment?
Because they was on the road
Not
together.
Tracy Lee. I said OG. Oh, 7th grade.
Because what's that? Your aunt used to him and his aunt and Kals was in a relationship.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I knew it had to be something.
A situation.
Situationship. Oh, so my bad, auntie didn't mean to put your business out there.
That's old now.
Oh, yeah. That's 96.
We can talk about that. Statute of limitations.
Yes, statute of limitations is good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was cool. Most people, talk about sports, but he was like, always had something to fall back on. And then now he's a lawyer now, entertainment lawyer.
Entertainment lawyer, yep.
I used to tell you that.
No,
I said, boy, you 6 whatever you are, and when you don't have nothing athletically to offer this community anymore, you better figure it out. I used to always tell y'all that.
Nah, you have.
Although I thought y'all was going pro, I really did, but in my head I was like,
that was always the plan and the goal.
Yeah,
but life happens.
I used to tell them listen,
facts.
Y'all better get it together.
But it was people like you, Whip, Big Lenny, guys people that from Cam, they whatever they
kind of did it
and come back, but they came back and be stalwarts in the community.
Right.
And y'all laid the groundwork for us, man. I remember Tracy, was the cop. You get a few cops through the years that was just highly respected. People they be doing so they know they're doing something bad. They see Tracy or Whip or Lenny, Others would be like,
Oh,
let me
yeah,
walk
them
off
shit-
my bad, you right.
My
let me-
bad. Get up out
they
of here.
at least respect you enough to.
Right.
I'm not going to
Do it in
disrespect
front of
her
you.
in front.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Facts,
And,
facts.
but
I appreciate
and that's
it.
to this day.
True.
You work. A lot of people. We all know. A lot of people talk a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk. I do this. I do that.
Right.
But people like yourself and Nam, and others. You guys talk the talk and walk the walk, man. And that ain't easy.
Nah,
it's a lot of. I hate to use the word pressure. I'm not going to say that because pressure is when you
Right.
don't have. We'll get to that. But what you do is, what you guys do and continue to do is you got July 1st. Oh yeah, July 1st. You're not doing nothing. Come out to 7 Clinton Park.
We'll put the flyer
We'll
up.
put the flyer up. They'll put the flyer out, and I'll share it obviously. But if you all y'all that talk a good one,
Yeah,
here's
definitely.
the
But
time to be a
the
good one.
thing is, and like I was so young when I became a cop, and you guys were like
Yeah, we were young.
6th,
Yeah.
7th grade. So,
Yeah.
but I was still
Middle
young
school.
enough. Yeah, I was still young enough where y'all looked up to me, but I kind of was like almost like not too older than y'all.
Yeah.
So
right.
my cousin,
really relatable.
right. So when you guys used to be with Jerry, my little sister, I kind of wanted to be y'all. I was like y'all big sister.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I was in a position as a police officer. Y'all saw that, but y'all used to come to my home, so I was able to be like the big sister, just to kind of like, listen, this is what y'all need to do, like kind of kind of guide them. And the thing I found most, even with them, like you and Gene and Francis Brown and all of y'all, Demetrius, when y'all used to come to the house, I think just being there for y'all, like just being there. And when y'all would say stuff like, I was like, oh, what y'all like to eat? Because they was there often. They were easy kids, cereal, milk, stuff like that, pizza.
Right,
you know what I mean? So it was never hard. So
Right.
I would always make it comfortable for them so they could feel comfortable enough. So if they had any issues, they would come to me first.
Yeah.
So we could figure it out. You know what I mean? We could figure it out. So I think most of the time, and even in his position, in our community, if you show people you really there and you show up, people really like to see you be
I go a
consistent
long way, man.
and show up.
I go a long way.
Definitely.
And that's something I pride myself. Of course, I drop the ball here and there because I got so much on my plate.
Right.
And I always tell people, just you got to remind me sometimes.
Right.
But you all know, I'll give you the shirt off my back, and I'll do anything I can for you.
True.
But you also got to put the work in as well.
True.
It was funny that you said
Sure
that
did.
because you're going to get a phone call from your niece. Yesterday, she said something, and Mookie was like, yo, call Uncle O. And I was like, get your phone and call right now. Mookie said, it's too soon. He's going to forget. You got
I always say, remind me, man. I'm getting better. I just downloaded this app, Google Calendar or something.
Boy, it come with your phone.
No, it's a different thing. It's called like Google something. I don't know.
And he's not even old. This is terrible.
It's hold on. Google Calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, I just downloaded it and it
Keeps track of what you
keeps
need.
track of everything.
It's got colors. Yellow means
Colors remind me
important.
the colors.
Yo, that's
I've never been tech savvy. Always like learn how to keep things up here, but I guess I'm getting a little old. Just turned 41, man.
yeah,
I've been
you getting
blessed,
old.
man. But I feel good though. Back in the gym, man.
Okay.
And
That's
you're no
what's up.
younger, man.
And you came out of Canada High, what was that?
2000.
2000.
23 years. We were at the graduations this last couple of days.
Right.
And I was, got a little emotional. It was like watching these kids. I'm like, damn, 23
remember
years ago,
when.
that was me.
That was
Yeah.
you.
I remember when.
Right. That's what's up. Now let's please, because I don't even know if I know this story. Do you know the story? Do you know the origins of OJ? Like how we got OJ?
I know. Because
So
I
I'm-
always called him Goo.
Yeah.
Lil Goo.
okay.
I called him
Yeah,
Lil Goo.
like,
I
I'm a
never called him
junior.
OJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a junior.
Okay.
Because people always like, where you get Arthur Barkley from?
Right.
I know one thing, I'll get a job anytime I need one. I got a great name.
True.
Yeah.
So where did OG come from?
Yo,
'Cause I've known you as OJ since I've known you. It's been OJ.
I've been called OG since the 3rd grade, man.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Because people like, you don't have an OG in your name. Like, where? So, 3rd grade, my best friend, Devon Gorey, band brother.
Okay.
So, my real name was Arthur. My boys didn't want to call me Arthur, and I hate art. Two people call me Art, and I let them get away with it. My primary doctor and Mary Red sometimes.
That's it.
Art, that's art. But everybody call me OG. It's funny because when I tell you, everyone coaches. governors, obviously, you know, Mayor Carl Starfin and them, all our crew, you guys. Right. I'll tell you, everybody calls me that. The president of Cooper Hospital, his name is Dr. Mazzarelli. He has this distinct voice, like OG, I need a favor, can you? And he's the president of the hospital, calling me OG. Everybody be looking like, we being like certain, everybody like, I thought your name was Arthur. So we about to play football. So, of course, my boys didn't want to call me Arthur. So Devon said, OG, throw me the football. Everybody's like, man, who the fuck is OG? Yeah. He's like, nah. He reminded me of doing a movie last night I watched, or like previously watched. Right. We're going to start calling him OG. But he can't, only that he can't remember the movie. Okay. But he said I reminded him to do OG.
And that was it.
And when I tell you, it's stuck. It's like the weirdest shit ever, man. Like, it's stuck. It's no... I can't say it's nothing happened. Like people call me OG, or I beat somebody up older than they call me OG as a kid because I can't tell you no story like I look older. Yeah. No, I can't even tell you. I would never. I just. Devon was like OG.
That was it.
I remember we was out Fairview, like the backfield.
Okay.
Like off Lakeshore.
Right.
The basketball court.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
And the rest is history.
OG. Wow. I wouldn't have thought.
President of FedEx. When I worked at FedEx. Like he came in, I worked in DC. They sent me to DC. I was an analyst, and so everybody was like getting nervous, right? Oh, Dave, Mr. Brown's asking me, Mr. Brown. So I'm like, I ain't saying it because I don't want people. I never type to brag on who I know.
Yeah, who you know, right.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, that's my man. Right. So they like, you not nervous? I'm like, nah, I'm good, you know. So we talked. Probably we was supposed to have dinner that night.
Okay.
So I knew he was coming. So I'm at the like little area. So. Or you hear people like, oh my God, there you go. So you walking down the hall, swear to God, my father's grave. OG! And everybody, it was like a movie. Everybody was like, fuck is OG? And I started smiling, and he's like, OG! And it was like a movie, like everybody stopped, but me and him, and he come up to me, shake my hand, give me the biggest hug, and everybody looking, and then, you know, when he left on, they're like, why you didn't tell nobody? And then, but after that, they started treating me different in a bad way. They started calling me a spy. They sent me here to spy. I said, where I'm from, man, stitches get stitches.
Right.
I ain't doing that. That's why I'm not. But if I came and bragged about it, then y'all said something. Now, if I don't say that, now I'm
y'all still right.
Hey, listen.
I thank God gave me tough skin. I never cared about nobody. Right. Facts. As long as you don't physically touch me or my family, I don't care what you say about me. But everybody called me OG, man. It's the funniest shit ever.
And it's crazy because I've always called him Lil Goo.
Yeah, that's
up until like I want to say when he like. Senior year in high school, I was like, you know what? Because when I say Little Goop, you're like, who the hell's that?
Right.
And I'm like, OG, never mind. Let me just call
like my family, they call me Lil Goo.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But
and for those that don't know, his dad, we called him Goo. His dad was like an amazing cook, chef, amazing guy.
Best
he was
crabs
tall,
ever, man.
Yeah, he was tall like OG. So
I miss him. This year it'd be. I think 28, 27 years.
27?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's been dead, yeah. Wow. He died suddenly, heart attack, man. 37.
Yeah, 37?
Yeah, I was 13.
Yep.
Man, remember that day like it was yesterday, man.
Wow.
Still haven't been to his grave since we buried him. I can't. I can't.
I got you.
Hopefully one day.
Right, yeah.
I'm able to talk about it now.
Okay,
you know, when got some help.
I'm quite sure it was really, really hard for you at that age. To grow up like without a father figure.
Oh yeah.
But I do know from knowing you at that age that the community kind of embraced you. Like when I tell you the men surrounded him with the support that he needed, it was. And
that's a huge reason why I do what I do by giving back. Like Camden High basketball, no secret. I wouldn't call myself a coach anymore. But I'm still heavily involved with the program, but been around like 17 years. I never took a dime.
Right.
Never asked for it, you know. Cause I understand, because so many people surrounded me and helped me. Right. You know, at a time in need. You know, a lot of our kids need the same thing.
Help.
So
right.
That's why I'm there. You know, it's so much stuff. You know, people see the basketball part of it.
Right.
And that's
but they
all
don't
fine.
see they don't see the other
you guys
off the
know,
court
you know,
stuff. Right.
And you know for you guys.
I've had people live in my home.
That's what I'm saying.
Because of Dewan, OG, and Vic. And I don't think I got a Mother's Day gift for nothing from these guys.
I always get a text though.
You always get a text.
Might get a drink or two in the mouth.
That too.
That too.
Now, when did you start playing basketball? I mean, I know City of Canada, we all just play basketball. It's kind of like something that guys do.
Yeah, it was
but
again, like with football, all my boys, we just, what we doing today? We go to the courts. We just play ball. And I wasn't that, like I'm 6'8" now, but I wasn't, like, some people you can look, some kids look at, oh, he's going to be tall.
He's going to be tall, got you.
Or he going to be little.
Right.
I was like, we don't know yet.
Right.
So my jump from 8th to 9th grade was from 5'7", 5'8" to 6'2". So it was like 6'2", not that tall.
Right.
So some people that's tall, but
right.
not for basketball,
Fact.
really. So I'm like, okay. Then I start growing. And my first 2 years, it was like still just playing just to play.
Okay.
It was just, that's what kids do.
Right.
And then from sophomore to junior year, Wani just got done his freshman. I just got done my sophomore year. So Nike camp, that was like, now it was like different camps, but Nike back then, Nike camp,
was a big camp.
It was like if you got invited there, you was like,
that was it.
That was like our 5-star back in the day.
Right.
You got invited to 5-star, you did it,
yeah.
you made it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's funny because people always like. It's funny when people ask me, you still talk to Dewan? I'm like, who the fuck is Dewan? I'm like, oh, Wani.
Yeah,
And I'm like, because the people like, that's my brother. Like,
right, definitely.
I haven't called him a friend probably since the 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade. And I always say, he's a huge reason. I always say that he's a huge reason where I'm at, who I am today, both on and off the court, because I was a really lazy kid sometimes.
Right.
He'll wake me up. We're going to the court 8 o'clock in the morning on the weekend. Nah, get up. Get up. So we go. He pushed me. So he gets invited to the All-American camp. And first thing he tell him, my brother can't come. I ain't coming. And they like, oh, no problem. That's Dewan. He's the number one person. He was like in the 5th grade.
Right.
So I go to the camp, man. And that's what I tell kids too, man. Physical ability is plays a part as well, but confidence. Like I went to that camp, I wasn't invited, but I finished top 30 out of like
right. So
100, a lot of kids, over 100 kids. Yao Ming, Zach Randall, a lot of notable Hall of Famers and all, And I finished top 30. So after that summer, after that camp, AAU started, and that whole I tore it up. I had a great summer. And that took my confidence maybe like here through the roof.
Got you.
And then all the offers start pulling, coming in. It was just like, so that's what really, I would say when I know that's when I became OG to the basketball guy.
Got you.
So we'll say like junior year.
Yeah, going to that sophomore, junior, that summer.
Now, since we're talking about him, Wani, I'm saying, shout out to Wani. How was that? Like when y'all was on that run, man? Because what was that? Your senior year, right? Was that
99, 2000?
When y'all and for those that don't know in this area, they don't have it anymore.
Trying to bring it back.
Tournament of Champions, where all the state title winners play in a tournament. You know what I mean, to see who's the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And usually, for the most part, private schools win, right? It hasn't been many. Right.
Only South Jersey schools.
So the only South Jersey public schools happened to be on one of those squads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I was there on the audience as you were. I'm sure.
I was working.
You was working?
Yeah,
she was working. That's right. That's right.
Remember, we were there
right.
security.
They
could not go nowhere without Tracy and Greg.
That's right.
They were like everywhere.
We were on the bus. We were
everywhere.
Listen, the kids would stop. He had to sign autographs. I had to stop and stand. I was like a real live. I was a bodyguard to high school kids. Like,
that's right. You was there.
Shout out to Greg P.
Yeah, shout out to Greg.
I know Greg. Greg played an integral part, in my lifetime as well. Him and his family, man. Shout out to GP.
Definitely. Yeah. How was that? That was. I know that was.
Listen,
just
man.
Outside looking in. Y'all was rock stars.
Some stuff you gotta take to the grave. But
listen,
milk bar days.
This security officer, cop / security, what the hell they was calling me. I was aggravated, and I used to tell Greg, "Listen, I'll meet y'all there."
Greg was loving it too. Greg was on the road.
Mind you, These jokers in the milk bar. We getting called from Cherry Hill PD, and I'm home with my kid. Yo,
Best club ever.
Greg.
To this day.
Cherry Hill,
We
they out the milk bar.
14, 15.
And you know Gene Robinson used to be with them, and he just was a nutball. See, he just was with them, and he was the one that could get to do everything.
Listen, we were literally, like last night we had a game, right? And somebody said, damn, Camden always come deep. But we used to go to that milk bar, man. We 14, 15, 16. No BS. It's like 30, 40 deep, man. Everybody just meet. We knew it was specific. This before cell phones. Right. We all meet either like out Centerville, the project, and we'll just be
roll out
like 10 cars deep. Man, don't ask me who was driving. Some people were legally driving.
I know I've gone and picked up some of the girls in the evening.
And we walk right in. Like that, it'd be a line right around the corner. They see Manwani.
Right, that was it.
And I always say I'll be the last one. Everybody just walk in, man. Like I saw some girl last night I knew from back in the day, and we were talking about that, and we just laughed, man. It's like the best Iguana, no school Mondays, Iguana. Right. Oh man, but as far as that run, man, it was incredible because remember the year before they suspended us.
That's right.
I got suspended for that
games.
too.
That's right.
Game we had nothing to do with bullshit.
Right.
The NJS, fuck them. NJS,
the water bottles, the water bottle incident. And remember we talked about that other
Brick Township.
Brick Township.
Yes.
Long Branch, I think it was.
We were playing Long
I got
Branch.
suspended from work for that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and I never told nobody. What happened was the kid threw the water bottle. Y'all was coming out the locker room. I went up in the stand. Well, arrests were made. Me and the other arrests were made. But when NJSIA attempted to suspend them, I wrote a letter in behalf of our kids because as a security officer, police officer who was assigned to be with our kids, our children did nothing wrong.
Right.
So I wrote this letter.
We had nothing to do with that. That was them.
I got charged with having outside communication without permission of the chief. Oh, yeah. Meaning, I wrote a letter in behalf of our kids, but since the chief didn't approve. Yeah, I think he was.
Damn, he did that?
Or it might have been Billy Hill. What year was that? 90?
That was 90. No, that was like 97, 8.
That was Billy Hill.
So you got in trouble for writing a letter
to support our kids. I got suspended. They fined me 3 days. They took 3 days worth of pay from me.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They ordered, but this is my thing. This is a lot of stuff that I did for this community that I don't talk about. Then when people say she this, she that, she a third, I put my ass and my family on the line for this city for a long time, and other people's kids. Like other people's kids, I sacrifice my kids a lot of times for other people's kids. You know what I'm saying? True. But my thing is, when I say I genuinely know these cats or I genuinely know them, like I've been there with these guys. Like you know what I mean? I love them to death. I love them to death. I don't ask for nothing from none of them. True. I don't ask for nothing. He'll tell you I don't ask for game tickets, and the coaches I deal with right now, I don't ask for nothing. If I go to the game, I pay for my ticket. If I'm there because I want to be there. I just want to see them be successful. But
it was almost no run.
Yeah, right. Because the deal was it was 2 years.
Yep, 2 years.
But we could appeal after one.
Okay, right.
So and we were this close to either going to Camden Capital.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when Glenn took over, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with coach.
No, I know.
It was because y'all couldn't go to
Yeah, we like.
I remember y'all was all, and that was the rumor around Camden High that y'all were transferring.
No, it was close. It wasn't no rumor.
It was transferring.
It was close.
Right.
But it was just we Juan just sat down, and looked at it, like it's like. You guys, and when you get that purple and gold, that can, it's like, and you talk about sacrifice. We missed a lot of games. We would have won 2 straight.
Yeah.
Come on, we would have won 2 straight. No ifs, ands, or buts.
You're right.
So I had a nice squad too.
Yeah, that's why nobody better never tell me nothing about sacrifice or
right.
Giving one we stayed. We could have easily went anywhere in the country.
Anywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know me and him was a package deal.
Right.
You know, so.
All the way through life.
Yeah, to this day.
Listen, real quick before we go on to the next question. These fuckers used to call my house. That's when the phone was. These fuckers used to place pizza orders. They used to call my house, talk about his Chuck E. Cheese. Like, they used to play on my phone like all the time.
I'm cracking up because, yo.
They were terrible.
So real fast, right? I'm not gonna say no names, but we ended up calling this one person house, right? But I would literally pick up just dial random numbers. So it ended up being one of Wani classmates. And they had like a little issue. And the dad was like, I noticed that for whatever reason, he said, I noticed that damn crazy leg. Oh my God.
Yo, they really used to play on people's phones.
And there's one dude, another dude, we knew who he was. I didn't know, again, it was a random. And we kind of found out who he was, and we was like, yeah, because he was really tough, right?
Right.
I was like, yeah, we such and we said his address. He was like, nah, Messi, I ain't got to go there like that. He went from being super tough to like,
hold up.
But hell no, we just joking.
Right.
They was real bona fide, and even during the height, and that's one of the things I say about Wani and to his son. Even during the hype of all of it, they're real kids. Like they're real. Well, OG, even OG's a sweetheart, right? And people say what they say about OG and all this stuff, but we know OG. OG's really a sweetheart. Like they're really bona fide good young men. It's just hilarious though, just to been knowing them all these years. Now he throws on a suit and he's
right,
like
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
He throws on a suit and he's assembly.
Funny story
Boy,
too.
All the time.
Don't think I remember he used to play on my phone.
So look, speaking of that, right? So it's for like even like Juan, a lot of they be like, yo, what do you do?
Right.
What do you do for a living? Right. So DJ asked me one day, say, oh, what do you do? He said, because you some games you come in suit and tie, some games you dress like this. Like, what do you do? You everywhere? You helping people? You everybody call you for this and that. What do you do? I just laugh, and they said the other team call you Tommy. They said,
For Martin.
the parents, they call me Tommy because I get asked a lot, what do you do? And it's kind of tricky because I don't know. I just do it. I just do it. I go to work every day. Like,
I just do
what do you do? What's your title? I don't have a title.
Remember Jay Phillips?
Yeah.
Jay Phillips, my homeboy. He was like one of my first coaches when I first started playing basketball. They always called him Tommy. Nobody never knew what Jay Phillips did.
You know what I'm saying? I was the recruiting situation to get you to Memphis.
Oh man, it was crazy because, like I said, me and Wani was the package deal. Everybody knew that. So almost every other coach would come to the house or say, "Oh, you'll come play right away. Right. You'll start. You know, da. And I'm like, come on.
Right.
You just can't say that.
Right.
I ain't stupid. I was born at night, but not last night. Coach Cal came in. I remember this like it was yesterday. He said, look, son. He said, basically like he's shaking his head. He's like, look, you get to come play right away. Or you sit the bench the whole 4 years. It's totally up to how hard you work.
Right. Okay.
And I couldn't do nothing but respect that because every other coach
was saying you want to play right away.
And it was like, Wani was like, he didn't decide, no, that was still you go to NBA out of high school. He was on the fence.
Okay.
I remember forget, it was like he had to make the decision by like midnight, say Thursday by midnight.
Got you.
I remember I'm in college, so we talking. It's like, yo, bro, what's up, man? What should I do? And I was like, look, of course the brother in me wants you to come. Right. I said, but if you go, I'll support $1 million. Right. You know, this what you did with you. That's why you work. Right. But I'm not gonna say thank God, but he decided to come and we had a great time down there, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But I ended up choosing Memphis because Cal, to this day, man, I could call him. He gonna shoot me the real. He ain't gonna bullshit me. Right. And he's always been there. If he asks me to run through this wall, I'll do it. Then I'll be like, why you do it? Why you ask me that afterwards? Because everything I've needed in life or just advice or whatever, he's always been there for me. That's what's up. And I graduated 05.
Right.
It's
23 now. Yeah,
it's 23 now.
True.
But that loyalty.
How was he as a coach? I always wondered.
Crazy as shit, man. Oh man, I always tell this story. This ain't even practice yet. It's first workout. Okay. Walk in. I consider myself a big man. Okay. Just won a TOC.
Right. You got the confidence.
I'm from Jersey. All the ladies down there love me because I'm 6'8", sound different, dress different.
And you still had good hair.
I still had good hair. Oh.
A few little braids.
Yeah. So we walk in, right? I'm like, fuck is all these trash cans around here for?
Oh, shit.
Like trash cans everywhere. Like,
right.
Man, why was talking about this last week? Somebody was asking about Cal. No bullshit. About 10 to 15 minutes in, you understood why. It was the hardest work I've ever done in my life. I was calling Earl. At first, I think I was the first one, but then I didn't feel bad because everybody else
started.
Almost everybody else was calling Earl too. I'm like, man, it wasn't even. it wasn't even. I know 2020s. We remember the 2020.
Yep.
That's 20 suicides in 20 minutes. It may seem like I could do that, but it's timed.
That's
the bigs
thing.
had doing like 32-second guards,
right.
like 29, 31. Man, it was crazy, man. But and we had him when he was 41, 42.
Yeah, right,
he's 60 something now,
yeah,
so
right.
he's a little probably
now.
toned down. They said he's still crazy, but
and
then he had just got fired from the Nets. He was with the Sixers.
Right.
So he just got this job. So he had, and he had a point to prove.
Right.
You know, but I'm glad to say, like I always say, I was his first recruit to Memphis.
That's what's up.
We have a strong bond. He's always like a father figure to me. Because he always kept it real, man. That's one thing I respect. Just if you can't do it, or just keep it real.
Just keep it real, right.
Don't sugarcoat me. He made me mad one time though. That's probably the only time like I was mad at me. So it's me, my teammate, and his boy. I knew the dude, but I didn't really know him.
Got you.
He was a cool dude. Went to school together.
Right.
So I just had surgery not so long ago. So I got a big brace on my leg. I think they just took out my staples or whatever I had. And we get pulled over.
Okay.
So I'm like, I said to Rashid, there's like 7 cop cars.
Right.
I said to Rashid, I said, I don't know what y'all two did. Because at this, like 7, and they blocked us in. I'm like, I'm in the back seat like, these dudes did something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Make sure y'all let them know.
Right.
I can't say, I'm not going to be like, I ain't do nothing.
Right.
So I said, yo, make sure
y'all let them, right.
So the cop come and they get out. And the cops was real, and it had to be the black cop. He was real aggressive, pulled me out the car. I'm like, yo, my man, I got this brace.
Right.
It's summertime, So me and the cop had words. They ended up taking me to the detention center, right? And I'm sitting there, and they're like, no. So I'm like, whatever, man. Like, the cop, So nothing happened because they said we fit the description of black men, 3 black men robbing people. Yeah. So I'm going to rob somebody with a fucking brace on my knee.
Brace on my knee.
Scar still visible. So, make a long story short, my mom and them didn't know, right? So I got mad at Kyle. Something he told my mom. Say your mother. But we had such a great relationship.
Right.
I would be 19, 20 in the club. And one time I saw him in there, and I'm like, oh shit, what are you going? Oh gee. But he knew I was always reliable.
Got you.
I was you never had to worry about me.
Right, got you.
I was captain 2 years.
Right.
And that's the title, because when he see me now, he always say, my captain, my captain.
Yeah, that's big.
Like, we got a strong bond because we started out, like, I was his first recruit back to college.
Started together, basically.
But
path back.
That's my guy, man, to this day, man.
So I see on your arm, you have a tattoo that said, life is what you make it, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. So when the ball stopped for you, and you went to FedEx.
The ball actually stopped before that. Because remember when I tore my knee up, I wasn't the same player.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, I'm not going to say I was going to the NBA, but I could have went overseas and made it.
What are you, what in your head, what are you starting to think now? What are you starting to say, I got to come up with a plan B? What is my plan B? What am I going to utilize this degree? Like, what was the thought process for you? And before you go into it, I'm going to tell you from being home, watching you. And I'm not just saying me personally, I'm saying our community. I talk about you often when I talk to young kids, and I tell them about taking opportunity, because you took an opportunity utilizing sports to get an education that's now opening major doors for you. So I tell kids all the time, I said, you never know, all of us, including myself, because I have a scar on my shoulder that's about as long as my middle finger. We're all one injury away from having to figure out what's plan B. So now you're here. What's your next move?
It was rough. I remember crying like a fucking dog, man. Like, because every kid's dream at that point is to either make it pro somewhere, either NBA or overseas. People get to, like, overseas pay out that money.
Yeah.
They pay your agent fees, they pay your taxes. Like,
and you can see it too, because you're right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it was obtainable. It was like tangible for you.
Exactly. It was like, I had a super legit shot, but when I had that first surgery, it was just like, I remember crying, then I had to have another one like a few months later. It was just like, I was crying like a dog, but at the end of the day, you know, like I said, we from Camden, man. You had to man up.
Right,
you know,
right.
I had said to myself, now I had to still have to live the rest of my life. I'm fucking 19,
Right,
20 at the time, so I can't bitch, cry.
Right, can't just ball up.
Can't ball up. We, like
gotta,
Jay-Z said, where we from, we don't bend, break, or fold, man. Like we figure it out.
Right.
So, you know, I met Coach Cal, Uncle Wes, a few people, Uncle Russ, nephew. Is, you know, now this is life.
Yeah.
You got to buckle down. And I just remember it, and Coach Cal always said, and I thank God I kind of like, I'm going to never say mastered it, but I've been great at developing, managing relationships. You know, I would say that's a huge key to my success, because, you know, in life you can't do it all yourself. You know, people call you for stuff. I'm sure, and I got people I call for certain things. People call. That's just the way the world works. But I always knew that, understood that. And I remember developing a relationship with the president of FedEx, because we had summer internships.
Right. Okay.
And I did such a great job building relationships there from the ground level, middle.
Right.
And my work ethic was what it was.
Right.
And I remember my mom came to a game one time, and we were at the Great Blue City Cafe. It's a restaurant on Bill Street. Me, my mom, my family, you know, president, a couple of other executives of FedEx, Coach Kyle. And they were like, look, you know, if your son can continue to play, we'll offer him a job.
Wow.
We'll give him a job. And after, you know, people, again, go back, talk a good one.
Right.
I'm laughing. I appreciate it. But in my head, I'm like, they ain't going to remember this shit.
Right.
Man, I graduated May 7, 2005, man. I'll never forget. Literally, maybe within the next 2 or 3 days, one of the VPs called me like, you ready to start?
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, I just graduated. Let me enjoy. And I started August 15th.
Okay. Wow.
You know, from June. I mean, from May.
Right, from May. Right.
I did some traveling, you know.
Right.
You know, but it was like, damn.
Wow.
You know, but at that point when I tore my knee up, like I said, I had to have a plan B.
Right.
But I'm not going to lie, I didn't have a plan B.
Right.
Because my mind was I'm playing ball.
I'm playing ball, right.
But when we all, certain things happen. Life happens, and you like.
My dad gave me a plan B. He said, hey, yeah, I don't know if that shoulder's going to hold up. I filled out the application, and you're scheduled to take the police test when you come home in the summertime. Needless to say, the next year, my ass is on the police department.
I love the police department.
But look at you now. You served your time. And
gotta get a nice little Chucky check.
Yeah.
So how long did you stay
Look
with
at
FedEx?
There was like 4 or 5 years. And I left because it was marijuana. And I was kind of, I was young. I was still trying to figure out life.
Right,
I'm 22, 23, 24. And Juan called me like, yo, bro. And he went through some injuries, some surgery like that. So he just got out the league from Cleveland. But he had surgery, so he's about to do a rehab stint.
Right.
He's going to Poland.
Okay.
Playing the EuroLeague. That's like the second best league in the world.
Right.
Yo, bro, I'm about to go. What's up, man? He knew I wanted to leave.
Right.
You know.
I forgot y'all went to Poland.
Yeah. Lived in Europe. I could say I lived in Europe for almost a year.
Crazy.
7, 8 months.
I forgot about
It was
that.
crazy. We had a really it was cool. It never had an issue with racism or never felt like
You didn't belong?
Right.
Yeah, never felt they were. I'm not saying it don't exist.
Right. But
I never experienced, and it was, you know, and we were in a tourist attraction, like a European attraction, because it was around the Baltic Sea. So you had people from all over Europe.
Gotcha.
So English was spoken everywhere. Every restaurant you have an English menu and Polish menu, some French menu.
Right.
So it was a great experience. So. Yeah, you know, I was there about 4 hours.
I forgot all about that.
I did too.
I forgot about that.
We had some good times out there.
And then you ended back home.
Then I came back home, and you know, that's when sometimes I scratch my head, like got into politics.
But we had that conversation. We had because you remember you had came to me, we talked, and you was like, "Yo, they think they want me to do," and I said, "Bruh, be careful." And you was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be all right." We had a nice conversation about that.
I remember, and that's where we at now. And you know, and it's funny because I never grew up wanting to be a politician. I never had no family involved. It was never spoke. It was just it just wasn't around. So,
but you was always a charmer.
I've been told that a lot lately.
I don't know lately. I know you've always been a charmer and you smile. So you got what it takes. And that's been proven. You was an assemblyman.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. But
and he hits that line all the time.
I'm a nice guy.
T, I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
I remember one of my tutors in college. It's like my freshman year. Again, I consider myself a hot shot. You know, I'm like fresh off TOC,
right.
ready to get the season. And there was a big mayoral election down there. I couldn't vote, obviously, down there, but she asked me, the conversation came up, because it was real controversial.
Okay.
She asked me something about it. My dumb butt, what most ignorant black men or men say.
Right.
I said, I don't want to care about none of that stuff. My vote wouldn't matter anyway. And she was an older black woman. She, wore glasses. She gave me that grandma look. She went like that. I said, oh, shit. I said, boy, put them books to the side. Like for the next, a lot of times when I give certain speeches, I always tell this story, because this is what, I'm not going to say that this made me want to get involved elected-wise, but it made me pay attention more. So she grew up in Memphis. That's Dr. King was murdered. There's a lot of history, black history in the South. So she said, boy, like basically people were murdered or
trying to get this right.
Not for money, ask for money, just to pull a lever to vote.
Right, to vote, right.
And she said, coming from the North, racism is here, obviously, but I never really experienced it. You walk in certain stores, you get dirty looks and clutch pocketbook through the years, and that's fine, whatever. That's your insecurity.
Right.
But she just basically explained how she saw people in her neighborhood, the elders, the men, being hosed down, dogs let loose on them, police beating them.
Right.
She saw with her own eyes. I saw it on TV.
Right.
There's a difference when you see one of your family members getting beat up, just walking, or sitting where it says white only.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the best life lessons I've ever had in my life, and it made me start paying attention more.
Gotcha.
To politics, to government, and again, I'm not gonna say that's what made me.
Right. But it kind of
that was
lit something.
And I became team captain. I could probably say under my watch, we had a smooth run. And it was hard. Dealing with young cats, beefing, they want to fight each other. It was a lot in the locker room. It was a lot of fighting. Sometimes fist fight in that locker room, but Cal gave me the free reign to get your boys together.
Right, gotcha.
It'd be time to practice. He'll be, OG, get your fucking team together. I'm like, Coach, I got this.
I got it.
Like I said, we had that relationship.
Right.
He trusted me to keep my boys in order.
Gotcha.
And to this day, all my teammates, lifelong friends.
That's what's up.
So, I want to say 2012, maybe? When did you coach at Cape Line?
11, 12, 13.
So around that time, we kind of see you and Juan now on the bench, right? And back in the community and showing up at practice and doing stuff. What made you want to, number one, give back to your alma mater, right? Now, you're a politician at this point.
Yeah, I was there.
Full-blown elected official. And then how was it working for Coach Bird?
It was great,
the fresh Coach Bird. Because he wasn't even Big Bird yet.
we grew together. Because I was still trying to figure it out. I didn't never want to say I'd be a coach. But it's something about the purple and gold and something what Camden High done for me, and the community. And a lot of these boys, we became big brothers, father figures,
definitely.
Uncles. Because, like I said, I was telling somebody last night, y'all see the basketball success.
Right.
Y'all don't know, we spent countless hours of money on taking kids here, buying them food, buying them, buying them coats. I always say, if I got in trouble for buying a kid a coat, then fuck it, I'll take that hit. Because I'm not going to have no, morally and consciously, we're not going to have no kids. We still.
Nah, definitely.
Tavares, our guy Tavares, love it that Tavares drove us crazy.
Two kids,
but the best kid ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Heart of a fucking lion, man.
Because he knew we genuinely cared for him.
Exactly.
So that's why he,
To this day, man, when he, unfortunately, when he had it, I would talk to him like, we still there for these kids.
Yeah.
It ain't just when they leave, we on your own.
Right.
It's life. I get messages all the time. like kids that was mad at me because we were hard on them. Coach, thanks for everything. I understand why you were. And then sometimes I ain't gonna front, man. You know, I'm a man's man. I'm an alpha male. Sometimes, man, that shit brings tears to your eyes because you see that kid successful now and doing it. They're doing their thing, and they years later now they understood why we were. You know what I'm saying?
Why we did.
Yeah, well,
it's deeper than basketball.
My girls now are now all getting married. So I'm getting invites like to Jamaica.
Hopefully one day somebody like me enough to marry me.
Yeah. That's a story for another day.
One day.
Boy, what?
I do. I'm not, you know, I'm reformed.
Since last week?
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. What the hell? People just say anything on the Birdcage. But most of this is truth. But then some of them just say anything.
He told you he's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
I want to get married one day. I want kids. I don't have any children. I want kids. My boys tease me. You know, they're like you. Juan said DJ gonna have a kid before me, which is right now. Shit, he's grown now.
Yeah, remember y'all used to bring DJ when he was how old was
he?
He
was like 7, 8,
and he would do
working out. Yeah,
he would do the drills better than some of the high school guys.
Yo,
this kid is 7, 8 years old.
That's crazy. I forgot about that. After we practice, he'd be in there. He'll be working out with Lane, but after we practice, Juan work him out. You know, and look at him now, man. When I hear another kid, like, you know, I somebody get emotional talking about my boys because. You know, we all know about the situation happened with Joe Wilson. Well, Eastside High. That wasn't them.
Right.
We all wish we could go back and do certain things different, say things. Right. And when that happened, we didn't scold them. Right. You stupid. We never do that. Right. But we did tell them the consequence of your actions. Right. Like you, Bug, unfortunately, you did what you did. Look, and then the boys left the bench. Right. The rules are rules. We got suspended. Right. We got video evidence and all types of.
Teachable moment. That was a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? Teachable moment.
Like, I guarantee you, none of our boys gonna say, man, the coach ain't have. Like, we had their back. Right. Both schools. Right. Like, we went to both schools, talked to both. I'm like, it's a learning lesson. Yep. You know, you learn from, you grow. Right. You know, it's super unfortunate, but those kids, man, I don't know the East Side kids as well. Obviously, the Camden High kids, but when I tell you, they keep me young. They keep me smiles on my face. It was a lot of time they didn't know. You know, I'm going through certain things, just being around them help me. Right, you know what I'm saying? When they see me, I see they brighten up. Right. OG, they call me OG, what's up, baby? Cracking jokes out like this. So, I guess now I didn't know you only could wear like white wife beaters. So I got a pink one, I got a gray one, black. They were like, yo, what you doing? You can't wear that, man. I'm like, wear what? You got a pink beater on. You only can wear white. It's not even black. You can't even wear black. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm
just wearing a beater. Like, it's hot.
But they've helped me so much through you know, my ups and downs, my pains, you know, and watch them graduate yesterday. Last couple of days was emotional, man. You know, I ain't gonna cry. I can't cry. But
that's why
it was super, you know, to see them. And a lot of them, Bug, he was third in his class. Sion was fifth. I believe DJ was second. Right. You know, all honor society. Right.
Good kids.
That's something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just good kids. On and off the court.
Just look, they're still kids. They're gonna do. They're gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
as we drove our elders crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. See, I'm old enough now. I was telling mom certain stories. You know, we be like. She like, you mother, you did that? I was like, oh, man.
Listen, it's funny because...
if she could, she would still beat me.
Listen, go get the belt.
It's funny because the day that my dad passed away, when he was... You know, they prep you at the hospital when you all wrapped up. I sat there for like an hour and I was like, all right, so let me tell you about all this stuff I did. God tell you now, so when I show upstairs, you don't be like, oh. Yeah. Like, whoa. And when the video start playing, I don't want my parents to be like, I ain't know she did that. I said, so let me tell you now, bro.
Let me tell you now.
Let me get this off my chest.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And we had before we let go of the coaching thing, we had a nice little run. I mean,
we had a great
we
run,
took a
man.
team that was 8-18 before we got there. We won sectionals back to back. We made it to Rutgers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we grinded out, man. We were, like I said, I knew I was still learning. You know, you had more experience
and I was
than
still
me.
working then too. Jesus.
Yeah, it was a good run, man. A lot of people doubted us.
Yeah, nah, ain't nobody but
You
us.
know,
We was the only ones that
it
knew
was-
what we had. Like
It was a
you know what
lot,
I'm saying?
man. You know, it was.
And there was a lot of off the court stuff too. That's what people don't. That's what we talk about all the time. It's just not
man.
high school basketball. You think it's just you roll out some balls at practice, play some games.
I know.
Nah.
That's why, like now, I got to a point, you know, professionally where I tell the coaches now, just you focus on coach. I handle all the bullshit.
Right.
Because I don't mind doing
and
it.
that's why you got to put. And I always preach. You got to put a staff together that these guys got your back that can handle the
I
different.
told our guys. I told
You know what I'm
Malik, you're gonna get a lot of
Right.
people gonna talk shit.
Oh, yeah,
People-
you gotta be thick
Don't worry,
skinned.
you coach the boys.
Right.
I'll worry about the
everything
other shit.
else. Yep.
You know, I'll handle all that.
Right.
And,
Right.
You know,
No,
because
that's
I could, because one thing, a lot of people all bark. They complain.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
what's your
yeah.
solution?
Right.
When you
right.
say when you ask them that,
Right.
oh no, fuck that.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't know, not f that.
Right. What's
What's
your solution to this?
Who you?
Yeah.
Like some people want a certain people to coach.
Right.
Like that was coming to people no experience.
Right.
Forget middle school experience.
Right.
No experience at all.
At all.
I'm like, how you gonna coach?
How we gonna coach?
But
Forget this team. Forget
Right.
DJ. How
Right.
you gonna coach period? High school with no experience.
With no experience.
But my thing is, the reason why I've exited myself away from Camden sports is because the people that talk the most don't do nothing. Like my thing is, any of the football coaches that coach Camden High can tell you, I show up in the summertime with sandwiches, water, you know what I mean?
You still
Energy
helping out.
bars,
Right.
Wilson, Camden High. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just watching them play and critiquing them playing. It's about building real solid young men. Because at some point, like I tell everybody, even Shaq, the ball stopped. And you want these young men to be productive
who.
young
LeBron
men.
is about to
right.
stop.
Right. So you want them to be productive, respectful young men. And that's crazy because Boog's dad said the last 2 years to my daughter, like, where your mom been? Like, I love your mom because your mom talks to these boys more. She never talks about basketball.
Right.
Because they got that.
They got that.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the same
right.
that's to tell Wani.
Right.
Man, you got that. You could do that with your eyes closed.
Right.
Let's talk about X, Y, and Z.
Right. True.
Let's talk about what the doctor said.
True.
Let's talk about one time I'll never forget, not to put his business out there. We was at a Wilson game. He came through with a Snickers bar and he'll tell you, I smacked that shit into the trash can. I was like, get that shit out your hand. I was like, what? Because basketball, y'all can do that.
Right.
Y'all been bred since y'all was 7, 8 years old to do that.
Right.
You need people around y'all to talk about
The other stuff.
being a good young man.
Right.
Holding the door open.
Absolutely.
Speaking to older people. Saying good morning, how you doing? That type of stuff. That's the type of person you need. I go and support them kids because I know they're great athletes. But I want to support them as young men.
Right. True.
You know what I mean?
But you hit on the money when you said, you know, just saying good morning to someone, open the door and all that.
The little things.
A quick story: when I was in Memphis, I just graduated college, and we went back down. Was doing some. Me and Uncle Wes was trying to do some business down there for something.
Right.
And it was a packed weekend. It was Martin Luther King weekend. I never forget because we had a Memphis Tigers game Saturday, it was something Sunday, and the Grizzlies played the Sixers on a Monday.
Okay.
Early game. So it's Saturday, Sunday night. I'm hanging out. We went to dinner. I'm hanging out. You know, I'm 22.
Right.
Just left. I just graduated the year before, so Memphis is still you know,
The man.
Still known.
hey man. So Uncle like, what you doing? I'm going.
Right.
He said, man, all right, we got it early. We're gonna go to breakfast 8:00, and my friend is giving us tickets.
Okay.
So Saturday, rewind a day before Saturday, I'm at the game. You know, OG. So one of the people that served the food, service, they was like, hey, Mr. What's his name? Mr. I forgot his name.
Right.
Mr. Jones, him and his wife wanted to say hi. So in my head, I'm like, fuck this.
Right.
But went over my way over there, game, older guys, old as shit. But they were fans. They were Memphis Tigers fans. So I went over there, hugged them, sat with them for a few minutes. You know, after I saw them, I ended up remembering who they were. I just couldn't remember.
Right.
Just, you know, I was there for you. I remember everybody.
Right.
So Now fast forward to Monday. The game, me and Uncle West go to breakfast and the game time. We have floor seats. He's like, we have floor seats.
Okay.
Don't you know? Come to find out, the floor seats was the Mr. Jones and them.
Wow.
So what if I was an asshole and didn't go over there,
or
went over there and flaked them off?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to sit in the seat.
Right.
But
wow.
What I did Saturday, when I saw them Monday, they gave me the big. They were like, "Oh my God, you came over. That was the thank you."
Right.
So it goes to what you say. Say hello. Say good morning.
Right.
But treat that first of all, and then you never know who's who.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying nobody's a nobody.
Right. But
you just you say you egg the wrong person on. That person
that's opportunity.
Know somebody.
Yeah.
Know somebody.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know.
And guess what? The people worth like $6 billion.
Yeah. Right. Facts.
They worth another thing. The one of Walmart heirs. Well, he's not an heir, but he married one of Walmart heirs.
Okay.
He played at Memphis. Got cool with him. And from my dealings with him, he ended up divorcing his wife.
Okay.
She was a Walmart heir. This guy got a shitload of money in the settlement.
Right.
So he gave $25 million to the University of Memphis to build a brand new athletic facility.
Wow.
Out of when it first opened, they had like 7 people up there, their banners and all that. He picked me for one of them. Wow. And I ain't had the best career there. I was hurt.
Right.
But
still just relationships and all of that.
For them to think of me.
Yeah, that's
and it always goes back to say, what if I was a fucked up individual?
Right.
Yeah, it's about relate, and life is about building relationships, and it's just so crazy because people do sometimes forget what you've done for them.
Yeah,
they do forget.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Sometimes they'll even forget how you made them feel.
And you can help them a million times. That one time you couldn't do something for them.
Right, that's it.
Right.
Oh,
that's it. Yeah,
but as long as you're okay with knowing you've done all you can do,
I can sleep out good at night.
That's it.
That part.
That's
that
it.
part.
And I do. Look, I'm far from perfect. I ain't gonna sit up, and everybody know that. I don't walk around with anybody but I know one thing: can't nobody call me a fucked up individual, a scammer, or shit like that.
But I hate the fact that, and before we wrap it up, I just hate the fact that out of all the things you do or have done, everybody always want to shine light on that one moment.
Yeah.
And I hate that because that one moment was so long ago. We've all had that one moment.
Right.
I had that one moment in 17, but that doesn't stop what I did from 93 to 17. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, first of all, we all got shit in our closet.
Definitely.
We all said some things, did some things we wish we didn't. And what's that old saying? Don't throw it. If you live in a glass house, don't throw rocks.
Right.
And look, me and her were great friends. Me and her, we had a nice, good conversation, and me and her, we in good space.
Gotcha.
And people expected me to go crawl under a rock.
Right.
Like I said earlier, man, we don't bend, break, or fold, man. I still got life to live. And I'm just I wasn't raised that way just to quit and hide. Like if I quit, then I'm letting people know that it's okay to quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of my kids still they look up to me like to this day.
Right.
You know, and look, no one's perfect.
Right.
Like I said, I don't never walk
around. And the key is that if God grants you grace and mercy to allow you to be on the right side of the dirt every day, that you make the best attempt to be a better version of yourself than you was the day before. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? If God grants you that grace and mercy to stand 10 toes down on the right side of the dirt.
True.
Just be better than you was yesterday.
It's an old shit. Hold on. Before we gotta say the same, man. I'm watching it, Man, the end comes no matter what. The only question is, do you want to go out on your knees or standing tall? I'm always go out standing tall, man. I can't do it. I don't know no other thing. I don't know any other way.
True.
I wasn't raised that way.
True.
You don't quit. You don't. I'm not doing that, man.
True. No, I
I
believe
still got life to. I'm not going to crawl under a rock and.
That's all of us up here, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've all been through some things. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody been through stuff, man. It's just mine.
We still here.
Because that's life, right? That's life.
Happens.
And for real, unfortunately, where we come from, we gotta struggle
Right.
because wasn't none of us born rich.
And it just makes us.
Some of us are rich now, but wasn't none of us born rich.
Just makes us that much more stronger.
So we gotta have some
Oh, yeah,
resilience. You gotta have some resilience.
Oh, trust me,
You know what I'm
I was a dark place,
Right.
man. You know, it was, you know, but I had a lot of people like you guys in my corner. You know, a lot of people. You know, and, you know, it's just what it is, man. You know.
Before we get out of here, you know, we usually like to ask our guests their future plans, but I kind of know your future plan. You know what I'm saying? With another election coming up. You know what I'm
So I got to
saying?
get through June election, God willing.
No, November.
That's what I meant.
Because you got through June.
Yeah, November.
Okay.
God willing, I win, get sworn in January 1st, and
That's what's up.
so you know, obviously when we poll people, families and people. It's not crime or schools no more. That the biggest issue is streets and roads. So we've done a pretty good job. 27th Street is finally getting done.
Okay.
The infrastructure is done. They're about to do the.
Gotcha.
So that's another people. You just can't. You
Right.
can pave over a street.
Right,
It's
right,
going
right.
to keep
It's
fucking up.
Right.
So we got the infrastructure, the piping. You got to
Right.
work with Verizon and them because they got a lot of cables.
Right.
So we're getting all that taken care of first. We got a bunch of money from the state, the Biden package. Forgot the legislation, but that Biden package got a bunch of millions. So. Affordable housing and stuff, or market rate housing. So knock down. I understand them almost a little over 300 homes in last year too.
Okay.
And it's not that easy. People understand.
Right.
Some people dilapidated homes.
Right.
People still pay their taxes.
Gotcha.
So legally, you just can't. Even though it look fucked up,
Right. You just can't go.
Just can't go knock it down.
Yeah. Right.
You gotta buy them out
Right,
or
right,
lost.
right.
You know,
Gotcha.
whatever.
Gotcha.
So, but we're in the process of that, and Mayor Carl-Starvin is doing a great job with.
Shouts out
You
to
know,
Vic.
shout out to Vic. Still funny calling Mayor
I know,
Carl-Starvin,
right?
But shout out to him, man. You know, just what he's done, man. You know, with infrastructure, with the housing. You know, some stuff. You know, obviously I can't talk about. We got some big plans coming.
Right.
How about
That's what's up.
seeing people that we really know got jobs at DPW?
Yeah, shout out to Vic.
How about people that we know that may have a little something
Shout
got
out to
jobs
Vic.
at DPW?
Shout out to
That's
Vic.
listen.
Yeah,
Not just
that's what's up.
DPW either. There's a lot of other companies that
Cavanta,
he spoke
EMR,
to.
yep.
That's what's
that
up.
look that some of them don't mess with the backgrounds.
Right.
Shout out to Vic
Right.
for doing what he do.
That's what's up.
A lot of them, and I just want to clear something up with that list came out with the employment stuff. How people don't. Well, we got to do a better job, and they got to do a better hire more city residents.
Right.
But just talking to different folks that and some folks started out when they got hired living in Camden. They rose through the ranks. They were able to move out the city.
Right.
And a lot of people that live in the city work outside the city.
Right.
So it wasn't fair to critique Vic to say, "Oh, you got it." Like, again, I'm not. They're going to do a better job. And I'm a part of me. Oh, no, I am organizing chairman of the NAACP. I forgot about that.
Okay.
So because we're still trying to, but me with that hat, that will allow me to work with those companies and figure out.
But I think the problem, and not to go into detail, not to get on this soapbox, but I think the problem lies is that our city doesn't make it beneficial for you to stay. So if I got a great job and I love my home and I take pride in my home, it's other things that's going on. Why would I stay? People ask me that question a million times. Why did I stay? Why did I stay? And I chose to stay because I felt like staying, I could make more of a difference if I stayed. It would have been easy for me to go.
Me too. I could have been anywhere in this world.
And me too. And I remember telling somebody when my kids started school, I could send my kids to any school I want them to go to in the country because I was making good enough money. I mean, in a country, whether it been a private school, whether it been a boarding school, I could have sent my kids anywhere. But I chose to send in the Camden school district because I wanted to show that we're good. Like
put
we're
out
here.
good products here.
Yeah, we're good. We're here. I take pride in my property, and my thing is, I just want the services that I pay taxes for. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree. Sure.
And people don't understand that if you stay and you hold people accountable, our neighborhoods could be better.
Right.
So as a resident,
I agree.
if I see X, Y, and Z going on, if I make a call and I'm adamant about my call, change can happen.
True.
But
Like,
we're so quick to give up.
I know. But shout out to again Vic, Mayor Carl-Starvin. I was telling you earlier, I had an issue. Someone sent me a text message of someone like stealing, like looked like they're stealing like electricity. It was like
right.
all these wires. First it was a fire hazard and it's some other hazard. So he texted me right back like, "You're gonna get right on it." So, but a call comes to, Mayor Karstoff, and I've been with him. He get a call by such and such. He calls a certain director right away.
That's what's up.
At the end of the day, it got to a point where at the end of the day, he's their boss.
Right. And
it ain't about flexing. It's
right.
You're getting paid a good money to do this fucking work.
But I've said that. I've said that about him on here, and I say it to him. I think this is the first time we've had a mayor that really listened.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, man, and I know I put the work in as well, knocking on a bunch of shitload of doors.
Right.
But honestly, he's done such a great job with a bunch of things. I'm knocking on the people. You with him? You want to? You got my support. Right. I ain't even got to do a spill. I don't have to do my spill, my charm, like you said. I don't have to spill my charm. They're like, we got you. Almost 85% of the vote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a testament.
Right. And like I said, and I said it here, like I said, I did say it here before. I think for the first time in a long time, we got a mayor that hears us. You know what I'm saying? And he really hears. You know what I mean? And if he can fix it, or if he can repair, or if he can even get somebody to look into it, he does. Yeah. So, and that goes a long way. He holds
his employees accountable.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say something here that's probably hilarious. The only other mayor, I bought my house when I was 19, and God willing, I'll still continue to have it after I'm long gone. But the only other mayor that ever listened to my complaints and came right out, Milton Malone.
Well, I knew you were going to say that.
Listen, I swear.
That's funny.
You call him and he be like, "Yo, give her an appointment so she come to my office." And I would go to his office and then next thing I know, he had his bodyguards out my alleyway looking.
Which ones?
It was Eric White. It was Eric White. No, he had the real ones. He had the cop ones. It was Eric White and I forget the other one at the time. But yeah, he had two Camden cops. Now my other Camden cop at the time. So I see them in my alleyway. I'm like, "Yo, what y'all doing in my alleyway?" "Yo, the mayor sent us out here." I'm like, "Word, I'll be right out there." But I'm just saying, and Vic is the same type way. You know what I mean? He listens.
Mayor's doing he's doing a great job, man. It ain't easy.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Never is.
It's someone asked me the other day, what's your working hour? You work Monday to Friday 9 to 5? I said, I wish.
Right.
It's like I work Sunday to Sunday 24. We get calls 2, 3 in the morning. Fire people, Then all like the kid the other day that unfortunately committed suicide.
I was going to speak on that. Yeah,
man, 13 years old. Man.
Yeah. I was going to.
It's such a fucked up thing in the black and brown community where you're scared and we say, we need to talk to someone, need help. Oh, don't do that shit.
Right.
No, we should.
But I talk about that often, and I was gonna, when I wrap up, I was gonna talk about that because it wasn't just him. It was someone else that I unfortunately I didn't know, but the guy that was announcing the games.
Coffee Jones, I think his name is.
So my guy.
Yeah. So my
great
thing
guy,
is,
you would never know.
Right.
But you don't know.
Exactly. Man, every time you see him, he brighten up a room. What's up, OG? Big cough. He was doing our game. I made him do. He was. Oh man.
So
that's tough.
When I got the word what he did, I just
Right.
And of course, I mean, I'm not gonna say we were close, but you always I wish I could have done something. I wish I'd have known. But obviously I wouldn't have known. I wasn't as close to him as others. But damn,
it's tough, right? Tough, definitely
good dude,
tough.
man. Really good dude, man.
I didn't know him. I didn't have the pleasure of knowing him.
He was a great guy.
But my thing is, I just say all the time, we have come so accustomed to it ain't none of my business. And it ain't none of my business. And again, we are each other's business. We are our brothers and sisters.
I call myself. I say that to myself. I say the name. Then the left side is like, nah, that is your business.
You know what I mean? And then my thing is, I know there's times when I have somebody that checks on me often, and they'll say, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" "I'm good," but they hear that I'm not.
Right.
So we got to start listening, because if you speak to someone or you talk to them on the phone, and even through text messages sometimes, if you really, really take the time to listen, you can hear that they're not okay.
No,
you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we need to be more, and we need to be more accountable for each other, because without each other, there's no world.
True.
people create the world. So if we running out of people, we running out of things, we don't have a world. We do have to look at each other. We do have to help each other. We do have to hold each other up. And it's okay. And my shirt says it's okay not to be okay every day. I don't got to be okay every day.
It's like people like you and probably like myself and others, like we're kind of like victims of our own success because people see us solid as a rock and helping everybody, doing this for that. They don't know we need
but here's the thing,
you know, because I know I do. I have my people who I can vent to and all that. Thank God. But people look at us like
OG doesn't vent to me. I'm going to tell you that he doesn't vent to me, but I check on him. I always know.
You always text me. You always do.
I always know if it's a week or two that I haven't got a text from OG. I'm like, let me check on him. You know what I mean? And I reach out, like, you good? You okay?
You
Another young man just lost a friend, and I reached out to him, and I know he a big guy. I don't like talking. I was like, listen, I'm here. You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue to reach out the next week or two. I reach out anyway, but just to make sure they're okay. Like, you got to check on your folk, and I say that all the time. Check on your folk.
But I can honestly say, you know, knocking on wood, like, you know, things have been very, 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 very good for me lately, you know. Mentally, physically, and back in the gym. I got to lose this a little bit. You know, they tried to lock me up the other night. I almost got arrested the other night. They said I had 2 guns out.
On that note, you know what I'm saying? On that note, this guy crazy. I'm thinking he's serious. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, I told my mom that she was so mad at me.
Yeah, this is my boy right here. This is my boy.
Man.
Yeah, before you gotta let them know where they can find you at social media wise, just in case they need to reach out or.
Facebook is just my name, Arthur BARCLAY.
Okay.
Instagram is OG_1828.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll post them up there.
That's the date Camden was incorporated.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was going to ask that too. Like where the numbers come
Camden
from.
Was
That's
incorporated.
What's up.
Yeah, what the 1828?
Yeah. That's what's up.
So
any shout outs, anything before we get out of here?
Shout out to you, man, and Trace, man, for having me. I know we've been talking about this for a while.
For a minute.
Schedules.
Nah. We know you're busy. Like I said, we was talking before.
But I don't complain to be busy though.
Right. True. That's a good thing.
I remember not having
not
busy
having it right. Got you.
So I'll deal with all the BS I go.
Got
you. I don't mind that.
I feel you.
I've been blessed.
I feel you.
I know that's right.
Shout out to
we definitely appreciate you taking a little bit of time out to come holler at our viewers and holler at us. And I'm still amazed that OG, the nickname is just his boy saying OG. Like, I was waiting for the story. Like, my grandpa's name was Oscar, and
nope, not at all. I have no stories like that. Devon Goree, shout out Devon.
That's what's up. So thank you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely thank you. Cousin Tracy, thank you, because there is none of this without you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said we're the dynamic duo. I said, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Our guys out there that's been following and viewing and commenting and liking and all of that, you know what I'm saying, been hanging in there with us for now 101 episodes. Please continue to hang in there, because we're going to try to hopefully have a 500th episode.
Yeah, maybe OG can connect us to some of his billionaire friends. We could get a partnership and sponsorship.
That too. We're working on that as well. We are definitely working on that as well. You know
Sponsored by.
Don't forget Coach Lando, Coach Bill, Bowling with a Purpose every Sunday at Westbrook Lanes. You know what I'm saying? Come on out. Starts at 10:30.
Coach Lando, man.
Yeah, that's our guy.
He's another guy that don't want. Even Coach Bill, they do
what they do without the right. Exactly.
And doing it for years.
For years.
Like, I'm 41 now. I've known Coach Bill and Coach Orlando, man, when I was a kid.
Right.
Coming up, they were
doing it then and doing it now. You know what I'm saying?
And he never wanted to, like, he got it, like Tracy ironed him at the Daylight Foundation.
Right.
Man, he was so nervous. Not
nervous.
Nervous,
right, but still,
he didn't. You could tell
because that's not what he does. He doesn't do it to get that. Right.
Like, he was like, he spoke for like 30 seconds, and he was like real. I'm laughing because I'm like, he looked not awkward, but he was just like,
that's not what he. That's not what he does it for.
He appreciates. He's appreciative of the award, but he didn't do it for that, man. You know what I'm saying? It was funny when I say him, I'm gonna bust his chops. It was funny, but it was funny but respectable at the same time, because he gained more respect from me, because it was like damn, he ain't doing.
Right. That's not what he's
you know.
doing it for. He's not
But there's a
doing
lot
it
of
for
coaches out there,
accolades.
like a
Yeah,
lot of people
nah,
out there
definitely,
like that.
Definitely.
You know?
So, cuz, what you got? Bring us home, cuz.
So, like, again, we've lost 2 souls this week. We just have to sometimes look within ourselves to make sure we've done enough. Make sure we surround people with the supports they need. Make sure we ask those serious questions. Make sure we have those uncomfortable conversations, because you got to ask people what's going on, what you feeling, where you at emotionally. Just take the time to be a real friend. If you call yourself a friend, you call yourself a family member, just take that time to ask how people are really doing, and you'd be surprised, because people want to talk. People really do want to talk, but they're scared to burden people with their problems. So if you ask, they'll definitely give you an answer.
Definitely. Well, cuz, what's that? Episode
101.
101.
I like that noise.
You know what I'm saying? Episode 1. You know what I'm saying? That's her sound when she drops her gem. Bang! Gotta hit her with the air horn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But episode 101 in the books. You know what I'm saying? OJ, thank you once again. We wish you nothing but continued success, and we already know you're gonna do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hard work.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice guy.
That's it. And he's a nice guy.
That wants to be married.
And he's
That wants to be married.
And he's
Have
a
kids.
nice guy. So,
I see the have kids part, but I don't know.
my man OG over here, you know what I'm saying?
Arthur Barclay.
The lovely cousin Tracy, you know what I'm saying? And once again, I am Sexuayo, a.k.a. Coach Bird. I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show, and we'll talk to you soon.
Oh, we got the bird. Man,
I like that.
It was a stone groove, my man.